Good morning, everybody. Here we are in our garden in Orlando, Florida, Zone 9B, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the herbs in my medicinal garden, which is true comfrey. The scientific name is Symphytum officinale. This plant is a wonderful addition to any garden. A little hard to grow here in Florida. My plants have been established in the ground for about 3 years, so they're doing okay. We're going to get into the hot part of the year, which is going to stress them a little bit, so I'm going to keep an eye on them, make sure that we take off a lot of these brown wilty leaves. We're going to cut off these spent flowers while we're just letting the pollinators finish them up, and just kind of give the plant a chance to rest and focus on what those roots are doing. So that's what this plant is really great about. It has this really long, deep taproot that can go. Just a moment, we have a plane. As usual, we are Orlando, Florida, close to the airport, so we're going to have some pauses for planes as we go here. But the cool thing about comfrey is that taproot, again, it can go up to 2 meters into the ground. So it's pulling up a lot of amazing nutrients, vitamins, minerals, especially here in Florida, knowing that, ground only goes so deep here before you hit water. So these plants really have established themselves, and I use them a lot. I planted them here originally for their medicinal purposes. Comfrey is an amazing healing herb. It actually can help skin cells regrow. It was called bone knit back in the past. A lot of lore associated with this, use on the battlefields, military histories, things like that. It has associations with the underworld and a lot of European cultures. We know I love to look into the history and lore of things. And we have another plane coming, just a moment. Okay, we're back. So you can actually take the leaves of this plant and use it as a poultice. You can crush them up just a tiny bit, wrap them around a injury, cuts, bruises, scrapes, bone breaks, things like that. And it actually helps the skin cells regenerate. So it has a chemical component in it called allantoin, I believe it is. My pronunciations may be off, but the use of this product sure isn't. I actually utilize this in my bruise salve that I make, and it's really just amazing with the powerful ability it has to heal. It can be used internally, although that is done sparingly. It has chemical components in it also that the alkaloids can be damaging to the liver if used too much. So we really don't recommend people use this unless they are under the direct, advice of somebody who is quite skilled in the use of medicinal herbs. So always consult your physician if you are unsure or fear of an allergy. But this has been used in many cultures in many different ways, medicinally as well. Now, the nutrients in this plant that help us as people also help our plants in the garden. So this is really big in the world of permaculture and urban forestry to feed your gardens. This is what they call a chop and drop. You can take your cuttings off of comfrey and put them down directly in the beds of your garden, and it will break down as fertilizer and feed your plants. So that's a great use for this plant as well. I highly recommend everybody kind of putting this in their garden, not only for its use as fertilizer, but in case you're out here and you happen to stub your toe on one of your, tomato cages, you can wrap one of these leaves around your toe and you will be surprised at how quickly it helps feel better. So just wanted to give a little introduction to the comfrey plant, a little quick profile here. Oh, one of the cool things about these fuzzy leaves, you can actually hear it. Has a lot of neat fuzzy constituents to it, so that's one of the ways you can actually tell the comfrey plant, is it has that almost cat's tongue feel to it. So enjoy, happy gardening, and we'll see you soon.